And we're live.
I like that little counting you got there.
I got the metronome on, dude. Hit him with the 3, 2, 1. Yeah, dude. All right, what we got here? We got...
Let me know what you think of that.
The blueberry pomegranate Aha sparkling bitch.
Not a sponsor.
Yo, one of these sparkling bitches companies is gonna sponsor me, dude. Have you seen... Oh, you don't got Instagram, man.
No.
But dude, I got all these pictures of like the different bubbly waters I drink, like with a joint.
You follow them? Oh, you post them.
I post them, man. I just like quickly tag them in it. This one's really good.
Have you tried Aha?
I actually haven't before. I might have, dude. But I usually stick, like when I don't know one, I'll stick with like the lemon lime, the safe flavors, dude. This one's really good.
Yeah. It's like, I think their thing is like combining flavors together. Which is an interesting take.
Dude, there was this one I bought recently from Walmart. It was like, I don't want to say it was like Ice Mountain, but it looked like the Ice Mountain logo. It was like
Ice
American
Mountain
something.
Made them.
Yeah, but this one was actually sweet. And it was still 0 calories, but it was like probably like artificial sweetener.
Was it Spindrift?
I don't know. It had like American something in the name. But it had like an Ice Mountain like logo. But it was good. I got like a cherry limeade, thinking it was sparkling water, right? And it was actually sweet, but it was good though. Smashed on it.
Yeah, that whole market just like kind of exploded. The whole like sparkling water, and then like the hard seltzers too.
Yeah.
Like even you got these companies who have no business getting in the sparkling water game. Coming out, you got like Bud Light and like PBR sparkling waters.
Got the Blockbuster sparkling water making a comeback.
Yeah,
bogus. But yeah, dude. What do you think of Sopranos so far, dude?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I just started watching The Sopranos a couple weeks ago. Started out a little slow. I wasn't that interested in it like for the first, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then like shit starts happening, and then it starts picking up. And then I watched 10 episodes on Saturday last week. I'm like, we're already on season 3, episode 1. Episode 1 I just finished. And yeah, I'm getting like almost Breaking Bad vibes on how good it is and like how addicting that it is to watch.
Do you feel like you get a different experience like when you binge it like that? Like you watch 10 episodes in a day, right?
Yeah.
Like, I did the same thing with Narcos season 2. I watched the whole thing in one day. Just like sat there and watched it. And I felt like I kind of had to go back and like watch it episode by episode to understand the chronology a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it helps you follow the storyline a lot better when you're able just to like rapid fire shoot them off. Yeah. But on the flip side, I feel like it would have been more suspenseful to watch The Sopranos in real time as the episodes come out, because it's like certain plot lines develop. Like, you know, it's like, oh, they got a hit out on Tony. Oh, shit. And it's like at no point am I like, oh, I wonder if Tony's going to get whacked or not. You know, it's like they're not going to kill off the main character. It's like, bitch, I alre's know there's 7 seasons of this motherfucker. But yeah, man, it's just every scene is so like meaningful that it just demands your attention.
Yeah, man, it's easy to get like kind of relaxed with it because it feels real, you know. It feels like it's like that's totally like a 90s household or early 2000s household. Like everything, the scene is really accurate. But every dialogue really is worth paying attention to, man, because you could tell they put effort into it. Like it's very detailed, you know, the way they talk about things and the time they take with the plot. But I don't know, it's one of the best shows, dude.
And I think that it's also a little bit easier to digest than some of the other HBO shows. Like I watched The Wire.
Yeah, The Wire's good.
And it was really, really good, but sometimes you like really have to focus on like what's going on with the scene, because like it'll be like 2 dudes, like a lot of slang terms being thrown around, a lot of nicknames being thrown around, and it's like 2 minutes in, you're just like, wait, what the fuck are these guys even talking about right now, man? And then you gotta like rewind it. Like there were times where I had to rewatch a scene like 5 times in The Wire before I could even like realize what was going on. But it's just different. You know, The Wire is like amazing. It's almost like, dude, The Wire is almost like I feel like I'm watching like a play, like a playwright or something, because it's just like the script is so sophisticated, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's like they do an elegant job.
Yeah.
Of making like something like so raunchy and like dirty like come to life, you know. I don't know. It's not like as I don't know. It's not as like dirty as you think it is, though, right? There's like this artistic flair to it and stuff like that. The plot is really complicated, man. I actually watched that show like 3 times. You know,
The Wire.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, it's one of those shows, man. You pick up on things like the more you watch it, you know.
Yeah, but the Sopranos just has everything. It's like it's hilarious.
Yeah, it is funny. Dude.
It's like really legitimately funny, like the shit that people say. It's got good writing, like the cast, like the parts that they picked, like the actors that they picked for each part are like everybody is perfect.
It's convincing, man. It's very convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So I didn't know if I was gonna be hooked at first, but
gave it a chance.
I gave it a chance.
Damn,
I kept going.
You're a good man. God damn it.
What about you? What have you been watching?
Dude, I've been watching House of Cards, bro. And like I said, I don't know how I feel about Kevin Spacey after his whole boy touching acts, but who knows about that.
He was acquitted.
Glove don't fit, dude. But nah, dude. I've been binging it. You know, just every night I'll watch like an episode. But it's another dense show, dude. Like you have to pay attention. There's a lot of political jargon. I'll Google like what this shit means, like where it fits in Congress and like legislation, kind of what it takes to pass it and what do you need for it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I'm like diving into it a little bit. So it's a good show though. It's the plot's good. They make politicians out to be really like these interesting individuals. Like they're not all like family people. They have weird tastes, weird tendencies, like what power does to them and their egos and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm in it.
Yeah, I tried watching that, like the first few episodes, and it got to the point where it was like, I'm not sure I know enough about our political system to even understand what the hell's going on here. Like I'm about to hit up my 7th grade social studies book real quick.
Yeah.
Senate, the Congress, House of Representatives. Like,
hey, what the 3 branches at? The fucking checks and balances. Yeah, dude.
But I think that in terms of House of Cards, it's probably an accurate depiction of how corrupt some of these people actually are, you know?
Yeah, it might be dramatized, obviously, because it's a TV show, but I'm sure shit like that goes on all the time, you know? Like, all the little hoops you have to jump through and, like, the people you have to please to get some funding, you know? Like, I was kind of reading that Obama book for a little bit.
Which one?
I forget what it's called, man. But he, like, says that, like, political campaigns are, like, all backed by funding, you know?
Oh,
so
sure.
imagine what you got to fucking do to get funding and stuff like that, connections and stuff like that. So it can get dark real quick, I feel like.
And I think to rise to, like, a level of power that high, you have to have, like, that you have to backstab, and you have to be like, you have to have like that top dog mentality. Like, I'm gonna fuck over as many people as possible to get as much power as I'm like trying to get right now.
Yeah, it's like I don't care who I gotta like fucking step on to get there, who I gotta like throw on the bus. It's just I'm doing it. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like a harsh reality, you know, that some people are like that to do that, you know.
At the same time, though, there's probably like some expectation that that's gonna happen to you. Yeah. So it's like with some of these dudes, I could see him like getting totally fucked over and just being like, I see you, man. Like,
you good?
Okay.
What's up, baby?
Just playing the game, you know.
Hey, fucking, that's what's up, dude. Fucking bent me right over. Yeah, dude. But yeah, I'm still on season 1. I think there's 6 or 7 seasons.
And you never You never seen it before?
I've seen like bits and pieces of it.
First
I don't
time.
know like why I would watch it that way, but I've probably seen like an episode here or there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know, that one movie you told me to watch, some Nocturnal Animals, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That one had me fucked up for a little bit. That was a good one.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's funny. So, you know, when people ask me, like, we'll talk, you know, like just like this, I'll talk to somebody else, like a family member or something, and be like, oh, but what movies did you watch recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, my brother and like sister-in-law or something like that, I'll be like, oh, watch, you know, Hereditary. And it's just like not a movie that like anyone's prepared for if like, you know, they're not used to like an A24 film, and like they'll just like come back with like the just like terrible reaction. What was that, dude? And I'll be like, damn, we probably watched some fucked up shit, dude. Just a little bit off color.
You recommended Hereditary to someone who like
Dude,
wasn't necessarily a horror fan?
Well, you know, it's funny because I don't really. It's like I'll hang out with people like, you know, like you're the fucking person I probably see the most, honestly, like right now.
Sure.
So it's like we're talking about like this shit all the time. So it's like when I talk to somebody else about what I recommend they watch, like there's definitely good artistic flair in A24 films, right?
Sure.
Like it's worth kind of, if you can get past like your initial emotional reaction to the situation, you can kind of appreciate like how they put this together, right? So I'll recommend a movie like that to anybody for the most part. And like,
they're just gonna come back and be like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
let's not go over there again.
Yo, I watched that movie and it ruined my life, man.
So I quit my job.
I can't sleep.
Gotta put in my 2 weeks, dude.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's interesting, like, how wide of a like spectrum of reactions there are to horror movies.
Yeah.
It's like some people just like cannot handle like even like mildly scary movies.
Yeah, it makes it's just like, I don't know, it makes people think thoughts I guess they don't want to acknowledge or don't want to like triage properly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like talk about, but I don't know, man. Like, you know, we talked about that scene in Nocturnal Animals where, and I'm gonna fucking just, you know, I'm gonna go right into it. But,
go ahead.
Like, the scene where like they get pulled over, you know what I mean? They get onto the side of the road.
Like in the beginning.
Yeah, and the tension in that scene, like how you know something bad's about to happen. These guys are kind of just fucking around, but they can definitely do some terrible shit, you know? And it's stressful. It's so stressful. I feel like people aren't going to want to feel that, you know? They're going to be really uncomfortable by that.
I agreed, man. When you see a scene like that in a movie, you always try to put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for those who haven't seen it, it's pretty much like Jake Gyllenhaal and his family are driving down the highway, and like there's this real sketchy group of like redneck looking motherfuckers in like a El Camino or something, and they're like driving real reckless and trying to like pass them and like go around them and all this shit. And then Jake Gyllenhaal gets a flat tire.
Well, dude,
right?
Wait, so no, I don't think he gets a flat tire, right? I think they're like, you know, running into each other, and I think one of them maybe pulls out a gun or whatever. They pull over, and then I think one of them probably like let the air out or stabbed the tire, because I don't think he had it when he pulled over. His car was just kind of fucked up.
Okay, but I don't know if he knew that. But anyway, it's like in Jake Gyllenhaal's mind, like they're pulling over and they're acting like they're gonna help him, like change his tire.
Right.
And it's like if I was in that situation, it's like, yeah, I would be scared that this dude, like these sketchy ass dudes, but it's like at the same time you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? You're like, I mean, what if these dudes are just actually trying to help me get out of here? Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like in the back of your mind, like your initial reaction to that situation, like that fight or flight response is like, these dudes are gonna fucking rape and pillage my family right now.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it just like 10 times worse that he's with his wife and his daughter. You know what I mean? If it's like, it's one thing to be by yourself and let all that shit happen, but dude, it's like you got to be accounted. You got to account for them too as well, you know? Because it's like, dude, Jake Gyllenhaal looks like a fucking able-bodied guy. He might be able to just outrun him or something, you know? But like his wife and daughter definitely can't. So that option's not there for him.
Yeah, and I think that in particular is a situation that a lot of people are like really afraid of, like being abandoned on the side of some desolate highway and like having to deal with some local
Yeah.
Like, dude, and I just think it's interesting, like, the different situations that horror movies, like, put an emphasis on. Because I feel like every situation is, like, somebody's worst fear.
Yeah.
So it's like someone's going to be watching that movie and being like, yo, that is my number one fear ever. And this movie is... I can't watch this anymore.
Dude, 100%. It's just going to be too uncomfortable at that point.
And I think that goes for, like, all fears, too. Like, whether it be, like, drowning or, like, claustrophobia or, like, whatever it may be. There's a movie that is going to play on that fear.
Yeah, totally. That one... I mean, dude, even the opening credits... Wait, those fetch.
Oh my god, I was gonna tell you about that before I recommended it to you, man. I was like, yo, don't let the intro
stray you away.
Don't let it lead you astray.
Like, how terrible, dude. Like, it went on for a long time, too.
Yeah, man, I was like,
I'm glad I stayed with it, dude.
I was just like, yo, when is this gonna start? Like,
dude.
Is this what the whole movie's like?
God damn, man. Yeah, dude. That one, and then you watched Good Time, right?
Yes.
That one was a crazy one, too.
Yeah, that's another one where every scene is, like, so chaotic, and it goes the same thing with Uncut Gems. It's the same director,
yeah.
And it's like, I feel like those dudes in every movie they make, they just try to make every scene as, like, irritating and just, like, chaotic as possible to get people yelling at each other. You got someone, like, trying to make a phone call. You got a, like, dog barking in the background. Dude. And just they're really good at, like, building tension in certain scenes. And
they go on for, like, just long enough where it's almost too long, but they find that sweet spot, and then they, like, give you a rest for a second. You know what I mean? And then they go right back into it. It was crazy. Like, we were talking about that first scene where he was talking to, like, his psychologist or whatever, psychiatrist, that Robert Pattinson's brother. Mm-hmm. And the guy's, like, you know, asking him why he gets mad and stuff like that. And you feel, because you don't know the dude yet, right? You don't know his character. You think he's going to flip out, like, any minute. He's, like, kind of like, why are you asking me that? Like, he's just getting really frustrated, and the tension's building. I was like, dude, he's going to get up and knock this guy out. Yeah. He's going to go into, like, a rage on him. But yeah, dude, that's a crazy movie. And dude, he fucking sprayed that, like, acid on that guy, that, like, in the security guard. Mm-hmm. Dude, imagine how fucked up that guy is now, man. Like, if that's real, he's still fucked up.
Don't ruin that guy's night.
Just trying to fucking protect the carousel, my dude. Just fucking domed him out.
You always gotta, like... I appreciate movies like that where you don't necessarily, like, enjoy it, but you can't stop watching. Yeah. It's like I enjoy it, but it's like, this is not an easy movie to watch, you know, just because you're just, like, your senses are being assaulted.
It's like you're, like, waiting for it to, like, tie up or get to the end, but, like, it's like it's terrorizing you along the way. You know what I mean? Because once you commit, you gotta watch it. I don't know. It's interesting, man. Yeah. I kind of love their movies, dude. They're really, really cool.
I'll watch pretty much any A24 movie.
Yeah.
There's another one that I watched called High Life. It had Robert Pattinson in it, actually.
Wait, did it come out recently?
Yeah, probably in the last year or two.
Dude,
it's on Amazon Prime Instant Video. But I don't even know if I would recommend it.
Oh, okay.
It's just really, really weird. It's about, like, it's like a spaceship, and it has, like, all these convicts on it. Yeah. And it's like they're, like, supposed to be, like, some experiment where they're being, like, shot into a black hole. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's their punishment. Like, instead of being in jail, you get to go on a ship, and, like, we're gonna send you across the goddamn universe, like, into a black hole, you know. And then they do what there? It's just, like, kind of. It's just weird, man, because, like, none of the movie is about, like, their actual mission or, like, space or, like, anything. It's just pretty much about, like, the weird shit that these people are doing to each other, like, on the ship. Ooh. And I don't even really know how to describe this movie, honestly.
I mean, maybe I'll check it out, dude. I mean, there's bound to be some misses, dude, you know, like, because of the genre they're in.
I'll still watch it, but it's like, it's all these convicts, and then it's going like back and forth between, like, you don't really know like what time period is what, because they'll like one scene, Robert Pattinson and like his daughter are completely alone, and then like in the next scene there's like people everywhere around them.
Yeah.
But it's like as the movie goes on, it's like you find out that they're like everybody on the ship died, you know, and it's like that's not a spoiler. Like you find that out like in the very beginning, but it's like it's just very hard to like focus on like where is this on the timeline sometimes, you know, and you don't know like the order of operations pretty much.
You guys got a fucking document for this, dude?
It's one of those movies where after you watch it, you like Google it and like you just be like, this movie explained, you know, like somebody explained this to me.
Somebody kind of put the pieces together.
Yeah,
dude, for sure, man. I did that after Nocturnal Animals. I had to kind of get a little deeper on the connection between the story and like their relationship and stuff like that. You know what I mean? How it was like symbolic of that. Yeah. I was kind of confused about it, but yeah, people were saying that shit too, so that made sense. But yeah, I got that's how I've been doing a lot of that, watching movies, dude. What else, dude? I just finished up, dude. You listen to the most recent like Bill Burr and Joe Rogan podcast? I just finished that one up. That one was good. I gotta start a new one, but
a new podcast?
A new Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, okay.
What do you think what are some of your favorite ones, dude?
I like a lot of sports podcasts. I like the Bill Simmons podcast just because they talk about basketball a lot, fantasy football. Other than that, I listen to a couple guitar podcasts.
Nice. What is that? They play the guitar, or they
no. It's like just talk about guitar. Like,
that's cool.
It's a really niche like podcast, and like nobody listens to it, but it's called. There's one that I watched. It's called the Riffhard Podcast, and it's hosted by two guitar players, like metal guitar players in bands that I really like.
Nice.
And they just have on like other metal guitar players, and they just talk about like guitar and like practice routines and like touring and like funny shit. You know,
that's kind of cool.
Like something that you can like really relate to.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like just like. It's pretty much like interviewing like all my favorite musicians.
Yeah,
you know, man. It's kind of amazing like the wide variety of podcasts that are out there. It's like when I found it, I'm just like, damn, I can't even believe that this exists. Like, there's an audience out here for this.
Dude, there's so many things out there for everybody, dude. I feel like that's really was one cool thing about like, you know, this like past year and a half, that like a lot of people are coming out with like their own shit and stuff like that, and it's just, dude, you never know, right? What could appeal to somebody else, you know? Like it's fun, kind of. It's a cool thing to do.
Yeah. What about you, mate? You gotta have like a niche like podcast that you're into.
You know, I mainly listen to Joe Rogan podcast, dude. Yeah. I'll like sit down for like 30 minutes a day and just like listen to the Joe Rogan podcast and fucking color or something. But it's like, I don't know, because I spend my time like doing a few other things too, you know what I mean? Like, so I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. But I meant what my original question was, have you listened to enough Joe Rogan podcasts where you have like a favorite couple guests that he's had on? Or do you not feel like you're...
No, I do. I used to, when I was commuting like 50 minutes each way, I would pretty much listen to damn near every one of his podcasts. Hey. I haven't really watched too much of him in a while. I always like it when he has Neil deGrasse Tyson on. Like, that's always a trip.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is usually interesting to listen to. And then you got the comedians, you know, you got Bill Burr, you got Greg Fitzsimmons, and you got what's that guy's name? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I feel like. And then he has like doctors and nutritionists. He just has a knack for finding people that are interesting to talk to.
Yeah, it's really interesting. He's like, it's funny to see like he's got like different moods and shit like that, you know, like so when he's with like, you know, the people he's comfortable with, he's like different. Or, you know, that one where he was kind of on shrooms with Post Malone, like, it was like funny, like, to see him that way, you know. There's other ones where he's real serious and shit like that. One I really like is the one with Ed Norton, dude. That's a really good one, I think. I
did listen to that one. I just feel like he's really good. He's a good interviewer, you know. He is good at facilitating a meaningful conversation with people, and sometimes he's also not afraid to call someone out on their shit too. You know, it's like sometimes they'll have people who are like conspiracy theorists, or like someone who's like objectively a little like off kilt, you know, and they'll like say some bogus shit, and he'll be like, whoa, rewind that real quick, you know. I mean, some people don't like Joe Rogan, but I definitely think that he runs a really good podcast, man.
There's something to learn, dude. Like, from the way he can just like, you know, like you ever feel like sometimes when, kind of like when we were talking about with the movies, you know, when you're talking to someone and like sometimes like I'll do it too, like I'll talk too much, you know, like maybe talk about myself too much or something like that, or you know, sometimes people have tendencies to like, if you say something that is different than my opinion, like maybe I won't say something, or maybe, you know, there's like all these little like barriers that can like derail you from having like a meaningful conversation, right? And I feel like it's a skill, you know, that Joe Rogan has. It's a skill. It's a good skill to develop, to kind of not just like throw yourself into everything or let your beliefs and opinions get away, and really understand like what the person is trying to say in front of you and where they're coming from, you know. So it's like it's an interesting skill, I feel like, to build. He doesn't hijack the conversation. Even if the dude is like the most monotone, like vanilla motherfucker, like he'll still let him like say his piece without like cutting him off, or like trying to like make jokes in between or something. So he doesn't hijack the conversation. And then he doesn't have a problem like disagreeing with people. You know, it's like, just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean that you can have like a productive conversation, you know. And that's always a good thing to have as an interviewer like that, you know. I don't know, it's interesting, dude. It's really, if you want to understand someone and like really get to know them properly, you have to be open to like hearing some shit you don't like, right? Like,
for sure.
Fucking
have
different beliefs than you do.
There's a lot of people who just like that have the attitude or the approach where it's like, you disagree with me, therefore now I'm mad.
Right.
You know, and it's like, that never made sense to me. It's like, I'm always interested in like the opposite argument, because you can't only converse or debate or argue with people who share the same viewpoint as you, because it's just like you're just like in a giant echo chamber, and everybody's getting like confirmation bias on all of their different opinions. It's like, man, I want to hear some off-color shit like that I don't necessarily agree with. I want to see like where people are coming from, you know, and it's to understand it. And I understand that not everybody is gonna have the same viewpoint as me and the same values. Totally,
man. It's interesting. I grew up in a way, like exactly like that, right? Like coming from a really traditional background. I know, like, you probably didn't come from that type of background, right?
Not
like,
really, no.
It's like people only are going to associate with the people that like are similar to them, right? And where I'm like, the way I grew up, right? Everyone believes the same thing. We go to the same like temple. We all do the same shit, right? For the most part. So it's like that's fine, but there's going to be like, you know, like they came from India, right? So they did things a certain way in India. And when we come here, you know, kids are going to do things differently, right? They grow up with other kids that are brought up in a different like setting than them. They have to kind of mesh and learn for themselves, right? But like, it's always like, if you took it, sometimes when you bring out a new idea, right? Like something that's like kind of a little bit different. It might not even be off color. It might just be like different, right? Different suggestion. It doesn't really go into that machine really well, right? Because it's not what it's used to. So I don't know. It's that, but like if you took a second just to kind of put your guard down, you can learn a lot of different things, right? There's probably gonna be bad things out there too, right? But you can learn so much from just like not being narrow scoped.
For sure. And I think that it also like provides the opportunity to like change your opinion or like change someone else's opinion. Because I think people get into this like mindset where it's like you can't, it's okay to like admit that you were wrong about something.
Right.
And it's like people feel like you have to hold on to your beliefs forever. And like that's not what being a person is. It's like being a person is like gathering new information, and you change your opinion based on like new information that you're introduced to.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you might be firm on like a viewpoint that like aliens don't exist, or like religion, or like whatever like broad topic there is. It's like I might disagree with you, but I'm going to hear you out, because like you might say some shit that convinces me to like change my own opinion.
Dude, I mean, yeah, exactly. Opinions could change, right? You could, or at baseline, you could see like potentially see like someone else's point of view, right? And that kind of makes you humbled a little bit, right? So if you can't see from other perspectives too, right, it's going to be hard for you to grow as a person if you just, like I said, see from the same perspective. But
for sure,
yeah, I don't know.
Even if you're like, even if you're batshit crazy, like clearly, I'll still like. I still kind of want to hear you out a little bit, you know? It's like, I'm like open for whatever.
I'm down.
I'm here for you.
But, yeah, man.
Back.
For sure.
Time out.
And quick hiatus.
And we're live.
And we're live. Yeah, man. You know what I find myself doing a lot these days? Just like, I don't know if we were talking about this last time, but like what I've been doing is I've been like Googling how to plan like different trips, and then I'll kind of like map it out like on an itinerary, and like just like Google like, hey, I did an Italy trip, and I was like, yo, here's a different spots to go to, here's like a potential like 6-7 day trip to take, you know, things to do and shit. So I don't know, that's kind of been a fun little thing to do.
Are you actually going to capitalize on
dude 100% as soon as I can, man?
Where you going?
I don't know, so I've done Hawaii and Italy, and you know, like Thailand, like Phuket, and then like Bali and shit like that. So it's like it takes kind of a long time if you plan it like just like activity by activity. And now I see why travel agents like make money. You know, like,
do you literally like break it down? Like, this is what I'm going to do from this time to this time on this day. I'm going to go to this restaurant.
Like I'll do, so I won't break it out by like hourly timestamps. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's dude, fucking institutionalize it if I ever get there, dude. But no, I'll break it down just like, okay, we get up, right? We go do an activity, you know, like we'll eat breakfast at the hotel or something. We'll go do an activity for the day, whatever it might be, and then we'll come back, eat lunch, and then we'll do like a night thing, like a dinner somewhere, like if there's a night activity to do, you know.
Okay.
So that's like kind of the general structure.
You scope out like actual restaurants like on Google Maps that you're gonna go to.
Yeah, and how far it takes. What's the
wow.
best way to get like transport and stuff like that? Is a, you know, the public transportation system good? Are there taxis? Like, do you need to have cash on you? Because a lot of places, like if you're, let's say you drive, like you rent a car there or something like that, the parking meters don't take like card and shit. Like you have to have the currency, so you need to like get more of that shit, you know. You gotta get the details right, my friend.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you really don't realize like all the different like factors that come into play when you're going on vacation, and a travel agent probably like picks up on a lot of those things. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're going here, and this is like all the unwritten rules of like traveling to this place. Like you're gonna need this, this, and this. And,
yeah.
Like, people here do this, this, and this, and don't do this, that, and that. You know.
Don't say this.
Yeah. Don't say this.
Yeah, man. But I don't know. It's been kind of fun way to just like vicariously live through that. You know, the planning stages.
So what's your number one? Your number one that you're gonna like execute on?
Yeah, I want to do the Thailand one.
Thailand. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the day looking like in Thailand?
I don't got it memorized, but just like the resorts and everything like that to stay at the hotel, I have all those like mapped out, the flights and everything like that. Just kind of those logistics of it. And then in terms of you know, the restaurants and stuff like that, I couldn't tell you the names of the places, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
they seem to have like, it seems to be like not expensive to to get around there, or like to just like eat, or any of the cost of living stuff there doesn't seem too expensive, like coming from America. So it seems like, for your dollar, it goes farther, man.
See, that's pretty cool, because it's like different things are probably like way more affordable in other countries. It's like, okay, you come to America and you go to a shitty bar and a Bud Light is $6.
Yeah.
But you go to like another country and it's probably like alcohol, like going out is way more affordable than it is here.
Dude, even like the stay that we booked, like not we booked, that I like fucking looked up. It's like this in this hotel in Bali. It's like it's like a villa with our own pool and a day bed and shit, and it's like this luxury ass shit, and it's really cheap to stay there. And I'm like, damn, dude, I might as well just live out here, dude. I might just not come back, dude.
Pardon my ignorance. Where's Bali?
Where is it?
Yeah.
It's one of those islands.
Oh, you don't even know.
Dude, I don't know like exactly where it is, but it's an 8-hour flight from Thailand.
Is it like one of those like island colonies, like kind of by like Thailand and Philippines and all that shit?
Yeah, it is.
Are the Philippines and Thailand even near each other?
I want to say they're out there.
Okay.
I want to say they're out there, dude. I don't know shit about geography, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear Thailand is like amazing, man. I would really love to go there myself.
They have good hospitality, I feel like, in those like Eastern countries.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they know how to like put luxury together, kind of, or have your welcome be good. Your stay be good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There's got to be a lot of like, I feel like in those countries there's a lot of good like street food too. It's like everybody is out there, and they want your attention, man.
Yeah.
It's like when there's like 10 different dudes on one street, like all making Thai food, so you got to stand out from the pack.
What's up, dude? You got to start doing backflips and shit.
So I want to see some fire breathing.
Yo, this motherfucker just with a standard taco sitting there. Hell no, dude. You got a contortionist out back. Yeah, man. My boy Mark Waynes is out in Thailand. You know that dude I showed you?
Oh, yeah.
I might catch him just fucking having a face orgasm on the street. Acting all weird.
That guy's goofy, man.
He's so fucking funny, bro.
But you like people like that, like Anthony Bourdain and like all those people who it's like where pretty much all they do is travel.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I feel like Anthony Bourdain is like a good vibe, man. I want to be just like him.
Except for the ending. I don't know, man. Yeah,
the abrupt ending.
Anthony Bourdain was that one stings.
Yeah.
Because when you look at that from like an outside perspective, it's like that dude is living the life that everybody dreams
100%,
of.
100%, dude.
He just travels the world and eats delicious food and meets like really interesting locals who just like immerse him in the culture.
Dude, like I always think about how deep his thoughts like must be. You know what I mean? Like he's probably seen so many things, met so many different people, like heard so many different stories that he's probably super humbled, right? Like he probably just, I don't know, has this different type of mellow that I don't know, right? I don't understand that, but he seemed like a really interesting dude.
Yeah, and it's just crazy that somebody who seemingly has it all, could be so like depressed and like sad on the inside. But
who knows?
I guess that just goes to show you, man, that for some people it's like no matter what you achieve, you're always gonna be unhappy.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's, dude. I don't know the guy. I don't know what went through his mind or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes don't you feel like this? Like as you get older, you're like, dude, what am I supposed to do with my life? You know what I mean? Type thing.
It's existential dread.
Yeah, man. It's like, what are you supposed to do right now? Like, what's the point of it and things like that? But it's kind of have fun, dude.
I agree, man. It's like I'm kind of the same way. It's like the older you get, the more you start to question like what is the purpose of life, and that's been a really weird experience.
Yeah, like so like when you go deeper into that like thought, do you ever feel like what matters, right? Do you start, I'm not saying nothing matters, but you start to really realize that some things do matter, some things don't matter. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's it's just so different from the experience of being a kid and like an adolescent, because when you're growing up, you're just so like full of ambition and like hope and like your dreams working out.
Yeah.
And like, not to be like pessimistic or anything, but it's like what you envision your life being like as a teenager is way different than what it actually turns out to be.
Yeah.
And you just have to like adapt and find like new reasons to keep going, you know. it's kind of depressing to say, but it's like you really don't understand what the adult lifestyle is like until you're there.
Yeah.
It's like you spend your school life and your college life saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to major in this, I'm going to get this job, and I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
And it's like you achieve all that, and it's just like you're still not as satisfied as you thought you were going to be.
Right.
So you have to like get involved in other things to make you feel more fulfilled.
Totally, dude. I was reading this. I just finished this book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and it's a good book. It's like, you know, it's a little corny, it's a little cheesy, but it's kind of all about that, dude. It's just it's really all about like making your life about kind of giving back in ways. I mean, not that like, you know, you need to like go give money or build houses for the poor people and shit like that, but it's kind of like you want to like make the most of your time, you know. Why would you not? Something like that, right? I'm not saying like, and that takes shape differently for everybody, but it's just kind of fun to be kind of good at something or try to be good at something, as opposed to not trying, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that it's so easy to become complacent and take things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is like the most difficult part of being a human being is not taking things for granted, because you just like get into a routine and like the same things don't excite you or like make you feel the same way as they used to, even though you know that it's like your favorite shit.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to like put more effort into like igniting your desire to like do whatever it is that you're interested in.
Yeah, man.
And you have to constantly like be looking for new things too. That is like, even if you think that something isn't for you, it's like I'm still like always down to try it.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Yeah, dude, we put it really well. I don't know. It's really tough sometimes, like you said, to keep pushing forward. I feel like not tough. It's just sometimes you question it, you know, like what's next, things like that. And I don't know, man. I've been thinking about that a lot recently because, you know, we have a lot more time just kind of with our thoughts these days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just try to like. You gotta like stay positive, dude. People, I feel like it's so easy to be negative by all of the influences we have around us, bro. But you gotta really try to stay positive, otherwise shit'll get you down.
I agree, man. It's like having a pessimistic and like myopic outlook on life just becomes like it's like a trap that you fall into, like the farther and farther you get like in adult life.
Dude, you ever talk to someone who is like, so for example, if I were to say like, oh dude, you know, like I like the Hondas, right? And you were like, nah man, like Toyotas are where it's at, you know what I mean? You ever talk to somebody that like it's hard to have a conversation with them because pretty much everything you're saying, they kind of just they need to have like that kind of like established dominance type vibe on you.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's like they always have to try to substitute what you think is good with like their own opinion of what they think is good.
Yeah, and like because we were talking about like being pessimistic, it's like, dude. So the funny thing is like one of my buddy's dads is that kind of dude. He'll just like you'll be like, oh, like kind of maybe how's it going, dude? And he'll be like, how's it going? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean how's it going? And I'll be like, Like anything new? New? What's new? What do you mean? And I'm like, dude. And I'll be like, what'd you eat? What do you mean what I eat? I ate. And I'm like, okay, man. Like, I'm just trying to sit here and have a conversation. I was like, are you like this all the time? Like, this would kill me. I was like this all the time. I have a heart attack, dude.
Yeah, it's like some people make it really difficult to have a conversation with.
Yeah, dude. It's like, I'm just trying to break through, dog. How you walking around like this?
Yeah.
Do this all day.
There's like, I feel like there's a certain set of like unwritten rules that you have to follow sometimes with people. It's like someone says like, what's up? Like, how are you? You know, it's like, you're not going to fucking like burden them with your actual like problems, you know.
Yeah,
it's just
dude.
like you just say good and
I'm
like
dying.
you shoot the shit.
Right?
Yeah.
I got 5 days to live.
I don't know, man. It's like if you're like trying to just have like a passing exchange with somebody, it's like you're not gonna want to like release all the skeletons in your closet on this motherfucker, or else he's never gonna talk to you again. You know.
I got a fetish. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I like silence is totally fine too. It's just like if I'm in an enclosed space, like, you know, I gotta say what's up. You know, it's only respectful.
And I think the workplace is weird like that because it forces you to interact with somebody that you like might not necessarily like try to interact with
like
normally. Like on like your day-to-day basis, you know. It really is a test of your like social abilities sometimes, man, like working in the office setting. Dude,
how am I gonna like take you seriously at all if like I just came out the bathroom and you were fucking World War II fucking dropping it?
I know what you did in there.
Damn, you gonna come in and tell me when this is due, bitch?
Damn. I don't know, like especially being like a young adult too, man. It's like, you know, like when you're like 20 to 30, but you're like being put into work situations, or it's like, all right, I have to work with this fucking dude who's like a Vietnam veteran, you know, right now.
He fucking
like,
hates me.
What do I have in common with this dude? But I also kind of think that that's like a little bit of the beautiful part of it, man.
Yeah,
it's like I think like. The narrative is that like everybody is like fucking miserable at their full-time job, but like at the same time it also has like the like we're all in this together feel, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it all varies too by situation and stuff like that. I've realized one thing is like if you get a solid set of like people around you that don't really fuck with you, you can tolerate them. Like that's a blessing, dude. Don't think like at some point, you know, if you're not like euphoric all the time to come to work, it sucks because, man, there's some fucking annoying people, dude. Some sticklers out there.
Dude, some people just don't know how to act right. Like, end of story,
dude.
And it's just people just have toxic behaviors that they are unable to control.
100%. And they don't do like a reflection and be like, am I burdening the person who's listening to me? You know, like I do that. Yeah. If I'm talking too much, I'll be like, you know what? Like I'll pause for a second if there's any questions. You motherfuckers, like, if I'm giving a presentation or
got
something.
Any questions for me?
Some bitch. But nah, man. Dude, I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's just like some people just like really are like lack the self-awareness that they need in like the day-to-day like 9 to 5 job routine, and it really makes you think like, okay, this bitch I worked with her for a year and a half, and she has been batshit crazy since day one, and she still has not gotten fired. Like, everyone's talking shit about her. Everybody hates her. And she's lazy and, like, doesn't do this shit. But, like, she still works here. And it kind of makes you feel a little bit better like, about yourself. Because you're like, if this chick hasn't got fired yet, like,
job security,
then I'm fine, you know? It's like... You really have to suck like really hard to get fired from a job, man.
Yeah.
Which is like something that you don't realize, because I feel like when you initially enter like the 9 to 5 like workforce, you're like so worried about like making mistakes. And it's like I don't want anybody to think that I'm lazy, or I don't want anybody to think like X, Y, and Z about me. But it's like, honestly, man, like I feel like employers are just looking for people who are show up on time, have a positive attitude, like don't like ruffle people's feathers.
Yeah, just do what they're told.
Just
man.
do what you're told, and it's like you're probably gonna be just fine, man.
Dude, like those few principles that you just laid out, if everyone just followed those strictly, I feel like there'd be so much more productivity. But like again, people get so like ego driven at work as well. It's like their time to just let it all out, you know, and just show that they're like they have like a little bit of superiority or something, whatever, right? It's like everyone needs therapy, dude. Everyone needs a second to just talk it out.
I agree, man. It's like there's always that person that is just like always trying to like prove themselves or just like create problems. Like that is another thing that you cannot do.
Yeah, just like go against the grain for like no reason at all. Dude, today, so I had a call, right? It was like this like presentation I had to do, and like one of the people on the other side, their like president couldn't make it or something shit like that, right? So they were like, we'll reschedule, right? But then we spent like 15 minutes talking about the weather. Like we were like, all right, I was gonna be all right, we're good, let's get off, right? But then they started talking about the weather for like and I was like, yes, I got 30 minutes back, right? But dude, so we were sitting on the call, and like so this chick goes, oh yeah, man, I'm in Texas, and you know it hit hard with the snow and shit out there, right? And they're like, we had rolling blackouts. I'm like, oh man, you know, shit, that sucks, dude. Like, and then like, oh, luckily, you know, me and my kids, we put a fire. We have a fireplace. We set the fire up. And I was like, oh, nice. At least like you guys had a fire. And like, yeah. And then you know we played outside, and we literally got in our canoes and slid down the driveway. I was like, oh man, you guys made the most of it, huh? And they're like, she's like, yeah, we've learned a lot. Like we've made some great memories. Like, great pictures. So I'm like, damn, I'm sure that's sweet. I was like, dude, like it went on like that for like another 15 minutes before she let me off the fucking call, dude. I was like, yo, let me off, bitch.
That's the thing, man. It's like you got to know when to wrap it up.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Just like,
it's like you want to like initiate enough to like make a connection with somebody or like talk about some shit that's like not work related.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing, man. It's like certain coworkers, like they only talk about like shit that happens at work, man. It's like you gotta like show me that you're a real person like, outside of here, dude. Like I don't want to talk about like the same shit over and over.
I want to talk about that spreadsheet again, dude.
Right.
Get that on my face.
Yeah, it's like you got to find that balance between like connecting with your coworkers on like a off the record basis too, you know.
There's like a fine balance, you know, between being like showing specks of like, you know, like your little flair, you know, your personality outside of work in a controlled manner, I feel like. And there's times to just kind of just like listen to, you know, like just observe, dude. Just be calm, be quiet. Like you said, do what you're told. Don't keep trying to do more than that. Like, you know, do it well and just like fucking move on, bro.
Yeah.
But people just like, they're like, yes, this will take it to the next level. And you're like,
yeah, they like try to seize every single like opportunity that comes their way. And I don't know, I think that can get you into trouble sometimes, man. It's like when you're too ambitious, I feel like you almost like create more work for yourself sometimes, man. That's why I'm like in the do what you're told
get like this
boat,
75,
like,
85%.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna do what you tell me, and I'm probably not gonna do shit else. Like, it's like if we don't have any problems, like I'm gonna do what you tell me, and like that's probably about it, dude. Like, I ain't gonna go looking for extra work,
right? Because isn't that's like someone who's like at work, you don't want to be unpredictable, right? You don't want to be someone. You want to be you want to be someone who's gonna consistently deliver. So if you ask me to do some shit, I'm just going to do just that. I'm not going to do something else you didn't tell me to do. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm taking direct orders from you, bro.
Yeah. It's like I'm not going to take your assignment as a challenge to prove like how ambitious I am.
Yeah, man. But there's so many like games at play too that you'll realize there's a lot of little nuances that, oh, you shouldn't be like saying these things to that person who's connected with who, stuff like that. Does that ever happen? You know what I'm talking about a little bit or no?
Say that again.
So like I know I kind of like danced around some shit, but there's like certain people you probably want to be in good sites with, right? Because,
yeah, like people, like you want to impress the right people.
Yeah, exactly. And like you always want to have a good candor, I guess, with everybody, but there's certain people you're like, all right, if you got an opportunity to like kind of do some shit with them.
Yeah, I know. I definitely agree with that. Like you might want to go like a little bit out of your way to establish an interpersonal relationship with this person, because they might be able to help you like get to where you want to go. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all.
Yeah, man.
Because like that's another thing, man. It's like the older you get, the more you realize how important like relationships with the right people are.
Yeah, dude. Exactly, and there's so many different ways for you to just kind of be yourself. You know, like obviously not the way we're like talking about like all the different topics right now, but there's like, for example, if like, you know, you carve out your own little like niche, like, all right, you know, you're known for doing this and doing this well, and like when someone else tries to do it, they can't quite do it the way you do it, you know, then you kind of become, dude, they can fucking dust our asses at any time, you know what I mean? But like then you become someone who's like, it's probably not worth shifting them around or like, you know, moving them, like getting rid of them, you know? So I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a skill you can form, you know, and just like let your particular skill set come to light and just do something that no one else can mock and something you can only provide, you know?
For sure, man. Yeah, you gotta let people know like what your strengths are sometimes too, you know?
Just put it on the table sometimes, dude.
Yeah, just let everybody know.
Yeah, dude. But I don't know. It's the work environment is just so fucking interesting to me, dude. Like, why are we not, if we're able to work from home, dude? You know what I used to think about? Like, imagine, you know, in an office setting, like trying to take a break. Like what do you do? Like, do you just act like you're like typing, but you're not really doing? You know what I mean? Like, because like if I turned around and like read a book for 15-20 minutes, like people would be like, this motherfucker saying
yeah,
fucking what is this, dude? Breakfast Club, you know? But like at home, you know, I do that, right? I could take 15 minutes, read a little bit, like let my eyes take some rest from the screen, you know, come back or do whatever, right? But it's just like the little formalities of the office is so weird, bro.
That's so true, man. It's like when you're in the office, you spend your time where you don't have shit to do acting like you got shit to do.
Yeah.
And you just like supplement that with like going to get a cup of coffee or like going to take a piss or something, when like in reality, like you're working from home, it's like you can actually like do something productive. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes, I'm gonna work out real quick, I'm gonna go on a 10-minute walk, or, you know, do something. I feel like it's so much healthier for like the human mind to work from home, because you don't have to sit there acting like you're trying to do something. You can actually do things that are like productive and important.
Dude, I feel like it's just way more efficient as well, right? All of those things that you said, it's just efficient with your time. Because like compartmentalizing it could work, right, for people, but you know, if you're kind of always doing productive things, it's obviously going to lead to like shit getting done. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, totally. And I actually noticed that like this week, I had to go into the office because one of my coworkers was out for the week, so I had to go in and like cover for her. And it's like, even as something as simple as like I come home and eat lunch, and I don't do the dishes, because it's like I only have a half hour for lunch now because I drive 15 minutes each way.
Right.
So it's like I don't do the dishes. And then like when I come home from work, I don't want to do the dishes, you know, it's just like I spend all day working. But it's like when I'm here, it's like I got time. You know, I can do the dishes, and then it's like when I'm done with work, I don't have anything else to clean up.
Right, exactly, dude. That's like a prime example right there, dude. I don't know. It's just it is really efficient. I mean, I think a lot of people do thrive on that like happy hour life, you know, just like going to work, you know, hanging out, getting some drinks after work, kind of numbing them shits out, and then coming back home. But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I'm being productive these days, dude. I'm doing the right stuff.
I agree. And working from home has made it so much easier to work out too. Yeah. Because it's like, you got 20 minutes off, you can bang out some push-ups or like some sit-ups or like do some free weights, man. It's like I found it easier than ever to like work out and like live like a healthier life, because it's like when you go to the office and you come back, it's like you might like working out might not necessarily be like the top thing on your mind unless you really are disciplined. You know?
Yeah, you're tired out, man. You're tired out. And dude, there's so many different little things that people are doing. Like, dude, getting like a Peloton, you know, or a stationary bike. Just get on it every now and then, you know. What the fuck else are you doing if you're just home? Or yeah, I mean, there's so many options, man. We got a little treadmill, like a little mini treadmill, and I look like an idiot on it. I look like Shrek, dude.
You and Alyssa got one?
Yeah, it's so small, dude. It's like a mini treadmill. I get my 10,000 steps in every day, and just fucking. It takes me like 14 and a half minutes to walk a mile. So I just
when did you get that?
I got it like for Christmas. I don't know. I got it like right on Christmas or like right around that time.
How small are we talking?
Dude, it's probably only like 4 feet or 5 feet long. So it's like really short. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like probably, yeah, like this big. And, you know, like the handle is just like a couple of buttons. There's not even a screen. So it's just like kind of like a walking pad, you know.
Okay.
What I mean? And it's like a little like flimsy rail, but dude, every day I'm on that bitch, just fucking.
You probably look like such a goon.
Dude,
on that thing.
I'll show you. I'll show you a video next time, man. I look like an idiot.
Where is it? Like, where'd you put it?
It's like, so there's this little sliver next to like Alyssa's side of the bed. And
it's
like
in your bedroom?
It's my bedroom, dude. Catch me just spinning around, fucking moonwalking backwards, dude. Dude, I watched all the Bourne movies on that bitch, dude. Like, I would just like if I wanted to, on like a weekend, if I just taking a break, you know, from like all these HIIT workouts and shit I'm doing, I just like walk on that thing for like an hour and get my 10,000 steps in, watch a Jason Bourne movie.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, man, it's really fun, dude.
I might steal that from you. I mean, it's all with how easy it is to like watch TV or like watch movies or watch Netflix or whatever it may be. It's like there's some exercise that you can be doing like while doing that.
Yeah, so pretty much like if you're not doing it like exercising these days, like I mean, minus the people who can't like afford the shit, but if you can afford like a workout equipment and you don't have something, like bro, you kind of fucking a piece of shit, dude. Like get your shit together. You like move around a little bit, dude.
Get yourself some of them elastic bands or something,
dude. I got some of them resistance bands too, dude.
What do you do with those? Like put them on a door handle and.
It comes with this like, so they got the handles, right? So it comes with like this door stopper.
Oh, okay.
Just like hook it on the door. You can just like, you know, do fucking all the shit with it. But yeah, dude, it's like there's options. I got a couple free weights.
I'm interested in those. I got free weights.
Oh man,
I got those. I got those perfect push-up things too. You ever use those?
Yeah, dude.
Those are awesome.
Dude, those are really good, man. I totally forgot about those.
Really?
Dude. Yeah, I had a few before, but how do you do them like wide and close and all the different ways?
No, not really. I just kind of just like do straight up like shoulder length or something, you know, and I'll do like
all right,
like 3 sets of 30 reps, you know.
Oh, nice, dude.
Just kind of get it done.
Get it done. That's cool, dude.
Not all. I don't do 30 at once. I'll do like sets of 10.
Bro, you just said 3 sets of 30.
Oh, well, no. Okay, so I'll do 10.
Dude.
I'll do 10, 10, 10, and that's one set.
Okay, wait.
But I'm not doing like 30 like in one go. I'm doing like 10.
So you're doing 3 sets of 10, but like 9 times. Right?
Yeah.
All right, dude. That's
You're making it sound like I'm out here doing like 30 like without stopping, and that would be impossible.
You think so?
Dude,
I'll go do
those
them right
perfect
now.
Push-ups are hard, man.
Dude, we go back upstairs.
I'll
do 30
shit.
of them right now, dude.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, dude. Push-ups are good. I've been doing those. I do those every day, and then some. I've been doing the pull-ups, man. I like the pull-ups. You gotta get a pull-up bar, dude.
I used to have one, but I feel like pull-ups are so hard to get into. Because the first time you do it, you're just like, okay, I did 4, and I'm a massive fucking piece of shit, and I never want to do this again.
Dude, you know the way you described like skinny jeans to me, or like your jeans? You know how you were like, it's like a slim.
Whoa.
Dude, let's get into it, dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know the way you're describing it to
jeans,
me?
Homeboy.
Like how you were like, dude, like it's like a slippery slope. Like I'll get tighter and tighter jeans.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it is with like pull-ups. I feel like once you start like being able to do a few, you kind of just like want I don't know, for me personally, I just kind of want to start doing more, dude. I want to like see how many I can do and shit.
So how many can you do in like one set of pull-ups?
I'm at 17.
Like underhand, overhand, or like
the wide grips.
The wide grip overhand.
Yeah. So like, so when I was like looking up how to do them, like you gotta like go down and like disengage and then come back up. Like it's not like I'm just kind of like pumping real fast, you know. So I'm doing them really slowly and I'm disengaging at the bottom.
So you're doing quality.
Yeah. So I do them slowly, so it's extra painful. Like by the time I get to 17, I feel like if I just did them fast, I could probably do like 25.
Sure. No, but that's good though, because like when you're at home, you're not trying to like flex on nobody, man. You're just all about like the proper technique and shit.
Slow down, like, everybody.
We're at the gym. You're probably trying to bust out like an extra 10, trying to show up the dude next to you.
You know, you judge people. Like, I don't want to say I have a newfound respect for, like, that type of shit. I try not to, like, really be super vain when I'm at the gym, right? I'm not trying to, like, just constantly, like, fucking flex out and stuff like that. Yeah. But when I'm at home, like, I will definitely, like, slow everything down and kind of I'll look at myself in the mirror while I'm working out, and I'll be like, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
You know? And so it's easier to do that shit. Like, if I'm, you know, you would never notice, like, whatever, if you're doing a bicep curl, not that I'm swole or anything, like, God bless you.
Thanks.
Like, are you doing the right thing at the end? Are your elbows in? You know, things like that. The proper.
Yeah, that's what I always think about. It's like, am I like really isolating like the proper muscle group?
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're doing curls, it's like really easy to like use your shoulder or like use like a different muscle group to like help you like get it out. But I think it's a lot easier to focus on like doing the right thing like when you're at home, because what else are you gonna do?
Man, I'm just ready to get back up and start crossing your ass up.
Yeah, man, I
drop a few
raindrops. It's a lot harder to get your cardio in the winter.
No, dude. I'll send you a few workout videos, man. I want to see you just
like
fucking.
What?
Dude, I've been doing these like these hit videos at home, man. Like these. So I honestly do. There's one like called Court of Force. Like it's like on the Beachbody app. It's like a Muay Thai like fucking inspired workout.
So it's just like a bunch of karate.
Yeah, it's like kicks and stuff like that. But it'll tire you out, man. It's really tough.
It'll get you going.
It'll get you going. So I've been doing a lot of that type of shit, dude. There's a lot of like these like, you know, female instructors, dude. They have good videos out there, dude. I will not lie to you. Get your cardio in. Dude, you're not gonna be laughing when I fucking hit the 21-0 when it comes up. You fucking huffing and puffing.
Dude, it's always a struggle. It's always a struggle, like at first, getting back into the routine of like getting cardio in. Because I haven't ran since like the weather.
Last dusting.
Yeah, we probably played in like October or something. I don't know.
Over at Nike.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude. I was really fucking glad the weather was looking up that day, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, next week it's gonna be like in the 40s.
Yeah,
man.
dude. As soon as it gets like
40, that's like borderline like playable weather.
But like if the courts are not like all like soaked out, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely down to play. It's fucking mounds of snow everywhere. But yeah, Nike's fun, dude. When the lights are on and it's like nighttime.
Yeah, you gotta
perfect time to play, dude.
Give extra love to the parks that have the lights, you know.
The grips are good on the court, dude.
Yeah, they do it right over there.
But yeah, man, that'll be fun. I don't know which style of 21 are you leaning towards right now? Come on,
style.
Come on. Which flavor of 21 are you trying to play?
Free throws is more fun, doing the free throws. But the busting, dude.
The busting will always get you.
The busting be getting me, man.
Yeah, dude. It's always so funny how stupid it gets, like right around when we get to like 12 or something. Like start.
It's just such a like stupid like petty game, man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can't end on this number, and you gotta gotta hit the rim on this free throw, but not make it. You know, it's and if you don't hit the rim, your ass is back to zero. Yeah. I don't know.
Fucking bogus ass shit, dude.
It's just a funny game, dude. And I miss playing with other people too. You know, that's been a thing.
Dude, you remember we played that one time? It was at Nike, and we played with that one dude who like had just gotten like heart surgery and his kids. Yeah. And they thought they were about to fucking dust us up. Just like, dude, they sucked so bad, man. They like stopped in the middle of the game. They're like, all right, let's go home. I was like, all right.
Oh, man's clutching his chest.
Like, let's go. We done. I was like, all right, man. Like, good game, man.
Oh, dude. You just like run into some really funny characters on the basketball court, man.
Yeah, man. It's like sometimes when you just play fundamental like basketball, like you could just do wonders with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If everyone just passes and moves, I think we'll win, you know? But it's like everyone gotta be fucking doing the behind the back shit, fucking with a head bob.
It's just, yeah, it's really an interesting dynamic because you always got like the ball hog dude who's like trying to score like every point, and it's like on an individual basis, this dude might be way better than everybody else, but when it comes down to it, you know, like the team play is gonna win.
Yeah, dude. It's I don't know. It'll be fun to get out there and play. I remember that one time we went to that Y a couple times, right? A couple times. I think the last time we went, it just kind of turned into like a free for all. Like everyone just throwing up shit. And everyone was good, man. There were some motherfuckers doing some crazy shit out there. But it's just like not fun after that, you know? Everyone's just on it. For the first few points, it's always competitive. But yeah, man. I don't know. What's you going anywhere anytime soon? Any plans?
I don't think I have any vacations planned right now. Got a few like bachelor parties and weddings to go to, but pretty much like all those got delayed, and like now they might be getting delayed again, you know, because there was my one buddy Matt, like he had his wedding scheduled in I think it was like May of this last year.
Yeah.
And he rescheduled it for I think May of this year, and it's like already looking like that might not be reasonable. You know? Which is crazy to think about.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like I don't know what the rules are on like gatherings. Do you?
At this point, no. I mean, I don't really deal with that stuff.
What would be you think would be the rule on like a group of people who are like all vaccinated?
Yeah, I don't know, man. So the CDC just last week came out and said, like, if you're vaccinated and exposed to a case 90 days after you've completed your vaccine series, you don't have to quarantine.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah, that was like a huge thing because, like, prior to that, all the rules were like, you pretty much have to be doing the same shit. You got a mask, you got a social distance, and you have to quarantine if you're exposed to a case, even if you're vaccinated. So, like, everybody was like, what the fuck is this even changing, you know? But now, yeah, they actually recently just changed that guidance last week.
Nice.
On the CDC, so...
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the specific group restrictions are, but if everybody at an event is vaccinated, I mean,
it's all good.
You pretty much got nothing to worry about, like on your own accord. I mean, there's still like some evidence that says, you know, you might be able to spread it asymptomatically even if you're vaccinated, but that's just because they don't know enough to say otherwise yet. But if everyone's vaccinated, like, your risk of being critically ill is pretty much eliminated. So
yeah, I mean, like, for your buddy's wedding, like, I don't know how available it'll be, but, you know, it could possibly like just be a suggestion, be like, hey, look, dude,
sure,
how about everyone just get vaccinated?
Yeah, I mean, if I got the vaccine and I got no problem like doing anything at this point, you know. It's like I might be a little hesitant to like spend a lot of time around my parents or something like that, just because the risk of like asymptomatic infection technically, but like after they get vaccinated, you know, it's like shit, man, like pretty much anything goes at that point. Yeah,
man. I mean, they just, you know, everyone should just be patient and wait their turn, get their vaccine, bro. Like I'm waiting on mine, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna change a lot eventually.
Yeah, I was thinking that like it's gonna be funny how everyone assimilates back into like normalcy, right? Like there's gonna be some people that jump right back in, right? Just all right, like, you know, just get right back to it. There's probably some people are gonna like really like kind of just dip their toe and like slowly ease in.
Yeah,
probably everything in between, you know.
Yeah, everyone's kind of processing it differently. Like some people are really, really like overly anxious about it. It's like you I don't know, man. It's like you got to take things seriously, but at the same time, you can't let it like completely destroy your life, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's not going away anytime soon, and it's like at some point you're just gonna have to like accept the risk that you might get COVID. Honestly.
Damn. Yeah, man, we should go do some shit. We should go do something. Get a little buck somewhere. Get the other two bitch boys. Get them to ride along, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like it'll be fine once, you know, I get vaccinated. We can go somewhere, do something like a little stupid. Maybe, I don't know, go out to like Cali or Seattle or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like personally, like ever since I got vaccinated, it's like I'm not really hesitant about anything, like to go anywhere. I mean, it completely changes your perspective.
Yeah.
Because like before I was vaccinated, I was like, I mean, I was being safe about it.
Yeah,
you know, I was like avoiding like unnecessary risks. You know, I'm not trying to like go to the bar or like be in a large gathering or anything like that. It's like I might have like a person or two over to like hang out and like do normal shit because I trust like the people that I hang out with. But it's like now it's like I'm ready for like anything to like open back up, you know. It just being vaccinated really does change your mindset.
Yeah, man. I feel like you can, with everyone you talk to, you can hear a sense of like relief, right? Like a breath of fresh air. So, yeah, like everyone, it's making its way around, dude. I read this thing on Facebook that Joe Biden, like he had bought enough vaccines to vaccinate all of America already, you know.
Really?
So I don't. It was on his little Facebook page, but you know how crazy he can be at times. Sometimes he just be saying shit.
Yeah.
Or he might have been sleeping or something. But yeah, he said that on his Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean that's reassuring. It's just a matter of, you know, administering all of them, because like even us at the health department, we're still running into like supply issues. Like the doses are still like extremely limited, but
yeah.
You know, like hospitals and pharmacies are like starting to get them now. So the way I see it, man, it's like it's the same thing as testing. Like when the pandemic started, like there was no testing even available. Right. And then it was like IDPH had the tests, and we literally had to like authorize every single test that was being run at the local level because like you're a person of interest, or you had traveled to Wuhan or whatever, you had contact with a case. That was the only way you could get tested. But now it's the same thing with vaccines. It's like everybody and their mother wants the vaccine, and they're calling about the vaccine, but you have to like, you know, do it in the right priority groups and make sure that like the highest risk people get it first. But before we know it, you're going to be able to get that shit done at Jewel Osco, man, you know? And I just think that the availability of the vaccine is going to be exponential. Yeah. In the same way that the COVID testing is available.
That's a good example.
It's like now you can get a fucking COVID test at Mariano's while you're at the deli, dude, you know?
While you're at the hot bar, get some mac and cheese.
Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly, man. You just gotta wait for it all to catch up.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a process, and like everybody's got to be patient, but like I definitely like see the light at the end of the tunnel for once,
100%, dude. They so my parents actually got it, and they were like, yo, they've been sending me links to like, yo, sign up on here and get this shit, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you know what, if it's easily available, I'll go get it. But I feel like I would just do everyone justice if I'll know when it's available, you know what I mean? I'll go get it when it's available. It's like, if we all did this like swindling shit, like it would not go to the right people. You know what I mean?
Dude, I hear you, man. I just saw a headline today. It's like 2 people got caught dressing up as like old people because they wanted to go get vaccinated, man. It's like that's kind of bogus, man.
That's next level, dude.
It's
that's
like,
too much.
You're stealing that vaccine from someone who needs it way more than you do, which is fucked up.
Damn. Fucking threw on the gray hair.
Yeah.
The hair cul-de-sac wig. Damn. That's some bullshit.
It's pretty funny though. That's like the pettiest like headline that I've seen on the news recently.
God damn, dude. Yeah. Dude, but the normalcy part of it's going to be really nice, dude. The traveling part of it, I know we always go back to that, but that's going to be one of the funner parts for me. Again, go see a fucking Louis C.K. show right off the bat.
Yeah.
Let him fucking whip it out in front of us, do his thing.
You start to forget what it was like to experience things like that, man. It's like we're so detached from the normal world that we lived in, it's like it's been like a year and 2 months since COVID was like a national concern.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really easy to forget what real life was like over that time frame. And you start to forget like the happiness that doing normal things brings to you. So once everything like opens up, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man.
Dude, 100%. I feel like, this sounds really stupid, but like doing shit will have to come back into style, dude. Like everyone who didn't do shit, like fun shit, like go do fun shit all the time. Like go see a fucking play, go to a comedy show, go watch a movie in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Go do a bunch of stuff, because like for a short period of time here, we didn't get to do shit. We had to stay in, and all those things were taken away, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna encourage a lot more people to be more social and get out of the house and take advantage of, like, it's almost like rebirth to a certain extent. It's like you got a whole new world of opportunity out there.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It should hopefully click a few things in for people.
Yeah.
For me, it definitely did, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to change a lot of people for the better, maybe, It's going to just make people realize everything that they were potentially missing out on.
Could have said it better myself, big boy. All right, man. You want to go get
Let's call it
some FIFA?
Let's call it.
Let's do it. All right, boss.